been searching. Have you found many things? Time for learning. Why have I not learned a thing? Whoa, whoa, words with no meaning have kept me dreaming, but they don't tell me anything. And all you'll never say is that you love me so. All I'll never know is if you want me. Oh, if only I could look into your mind, maybe then I'd find a sign of all I want to hear you say to me. To me. Screams of misadventure. God knows what is hiding in those weak and sunken lines. Fiery thrones of mutiny.
Back in the 60s, when I was about 16, in sophomore year, my family would run a boarding house for injured freedom riders. One night, we heard about the attack on another bus. I was excited to see what happened, but afraid because I knew the wrath of the Southerners. A man came at us that night. His name was Jim Peck. And that very night, I still remember, he had a deep chest wound. We laid him down on the bedspread. It was horrible. There was blood everywhere. The white sheets were red. We never were able to use that bed again. I admired that man and all the men who came to our house because they were trying to fight a horrible system.
I'll be cold as a stone, rich as a fool. It turned all those good hearts away.
Saturday morning when we saw the buses coming in. I was only a freshman in college. There was so much blood. I guess the South wasn't listening and the Supreme Court said they had to desegregate interstate buses and their related facilities. So these 13 people, led by the head of 4, they were riding through these buses, sitting wherever they wanted, and using all of the facilities that were supposed to be desegregated on the way. People were beating them everywhere like they'd gone crazy. And I heard that some police officers were even cooperating with the KKK. I wasn't hurt, but I was mashed up pretty bad against the wall trying to get away. When I got home, I wrote a letter to the president saying how bad things were down there. I never got an answer, but next thing I know, he's sending over 400, maybe 500 marshals to try to protect us. The next night at church, there was a mob throwing bricks and yelling things. I managed to get out and back in without anyone even noticing to call for help. But there were these few marshals who were damaged for life protecting us. If it weren't for them, I can't imagine how many lives would have been lost.
I was a student in Montgomery when the Freedom Riders came. I wanted to go and see them with my own eyes, but I was staying with my Aunt Chick, and she said no. I was so mad. I heard on the radio people getting beaten up with chains, baseball bats, and all kinds of things. A few days later at Mass, I saw a few of the Freedom Riders and invited them to Aunt Chick's house. When she came in, I could see her get so mad. She asked me to the kitchen and told me she didn't want any white people in her house. She didn't want them in her house because she wasn't allowed in theirs. For a second, I thought she had a point. And I said to her, these aren't white people like that. These are a different kind of white people. They were the type of white people who helped us make the South listen to the Supreme Court and finally desegregate interstate buses.